Hey, Brian from Garage Mahal. Today I have a VEVOR 110-pound anvil. Just to give you kind of an idea, this is the size of the case that it actually comes in. And it is heavy, so it's definitely a team lift. So if you are by yourself, I'd probably get somebody else to help you. And let's open this up. So it has some plastic ties on the outside of this. So I'll try to get those undone as best as we can. I think I got this one all the way through. Okay. That is that. That pops off. And it looks like it is pretty well seated down in there. You get this piece off to give you kind of a view of what the top of it looks like. You get it? See how heavy it is? I can't even keep my hands on it. So let's bring that back. And I have a drill, so we're going to get these hinges look like they are screwed on. Get as many as I can off anyway. We're almost free. Alright. Whew. That was a decently sized, strong crate. Let's get that out of the way there. Get some miscellaneous screws. Don't want to get those all over. Alright, so here we have the anvil. It looks like it has some plastic, and it looks like it's coated with definitely a thin coat of oil, which is good because you don't want this to come all rusted up on you. Wipe the surface down a little bit, get the remaining plastic off. Okay, so that is your 110-pound anvil, and absolutely, yeah, it is probably 110 pounds. So that is heavy, to say the least. So just to kind of give you an idea, so I mean that's I don't want to mar the surface up, but this is a small ping hammer. And my grandfather was into blacksmithing, and he always had like these larger ball bearings. I have no idea where he had them from, but still have a couple left. But his whole thing was definitely you want to get a heavier ball bearing because that's going to mimic like a hammerhead hitting this. And I mean, it has good recoil. And to give you a kind of an idea, this is basically a 3/4 inch piece of plywood that I have mounted on my lift, so there's a lot of spring back with that, and you get a decent bearing bounce off of that, and you get a nice good ring off of it as well. So I mean, that gives you kind of an idea that it is pretty good quality. Oh, it's the VEVOR tag on there, so it's pretty neat. And like I said, it's nice and flat here, and I have always been wanting to get a anvil just for different little projects I have going on in a shop. I didn't need a gigantic one, and I know those little vise ones were way too small for what I wanted to do. And like I said, if you're doing any type of metal work, you definitely want a good spring back on your hammer. I'm gonna get a better mount for this. Obviously, I just opened it and I have it sitting around here, but just to give you an idea, I wanted to show what size crate it came in, how heavy it actually was, 110 pounds. That is tough for me to lift up, to say the least. And you can see definitely the amount of weight behind it when you can, see my lift kind of like spring down. But anyway, that is your awesome Anvil, and I am looking forward to putting this on a proper mount and to get basically some amateur blacksmithing as well as some metal work that I'm going to be doing in my garage. A lot of it is just kind of like straightening out metal pieces or bending some pieces for different like car fabrications or whatever I have going on. But anyway.
All right, so let me give you a closer look at this Anvil so you can see it from all sides a little bit closer up so you can kind of get a really good idea. So that's how that side looks. So definitely, I guess I've seen some blacksmiths, they kind of like smooth the sides down. I mean, they're not too bad. It's not too sharp. Give you an idea. So this hole is basically about 7/8 by a little bit more than 7/8. I guess if you take these, probably let down a little bit more. So it looks like it's about 7/8 or probably closer to 15/16. I guess if we want to look at it that way. Same with this side. This side is probably just a hair past 7/8. And again, depending on your tape measure, if you're getting an exact fit on it. So, then got your rounded hole up here. So that is basically, that's just about same thing. It's about 15/16. If you're looking at it, not quite 7/8, a little bit more than 7/8 of an inch across. So I don't know if you can get a feel for the curve on that. But again, great starter or intermediate Anvil to get you going. For me, for the different metal work that I end up doing in a shop, I needed something bigger than even like the heaviest vise anvil I could find. Kind of the vise and the anvil, but I needed an anvil for a lot of the work, future work that I'm going to be doing. So this definitely at 110 pounds was the one that was going to work best for me, and hopefully it'll work best for you. Anyhow, Brian from Garage Mahal.